All right, a pause in the action on the Eric Zane Show podcast to talk about Factor. Okay, there was a time not that long ago where I would spend a lot of time on, let's say, a Sunday, like hours, getting food ready for the week, prepping so that I could have something ready to go in a nice, convenient container. Problem with that is I'd spend a whole Sunday doing it. It was expensive. And frankly, I was eating the same food all the time. So it's easy to figure that after a couple of weeks, I kind of gave up on that. Now, I remember all the time thinking it would be great if I could have food delivered to me. I don't have to lift a finger to make it, and it's prepared by chefs, and it's fantastic and so convenient and so delicious and fresh, never frozen. Voila! Factor. Look, I know you love supporting me. That's one of the key things that makes a podcast survive is when you support who's doing the show. I want you to just try this, and you are going to be so happy. Go to factormeals.com/Zane50. That's Zane50. And then use code Zane50, and you're getting this for 50% off. That's how badly I want you to try this, just so you can see how easy and convenient and awesome Factor is. That's code Zane50 at factormeals.com/Zane50 to get 50% off. Oh, and I'll include the link in the show notes of this podcast. This November, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. You are eating amazing food. You're eating well. It's so fantastic. Again, factormeals.com/Zane50 and use code Zane50 to get 50% off. That's code Zane50 at factormeals.com/Zane50 to get 50% off. Good morning to you all. Hello, welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast, the daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day. Okay. Another fantastic day for raising cheddar for the Great Food Giveaway. My God, you all are awesome. Yesterday, $400 more thrown onto the pile. I had four $50 donations, and then a $200 donation that came flying in. That means that we have raised $2,242.52 of the $4,685.60 needed for 100 Christmas dinners for those underserved. I think you say the term is underserved now instead of underprivileged, right? It's always changing. It's always different. Like, I don't know. Back in the day, we used to call them poor. And they was like, oh, my God, you can't call people poor. You can't call them that. You have to call them something like underserved. Who gives a shit? They're still hungry, asshole. The $4,685.60 is for the food. Anything more than that, it's the Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons. Pardon me. Because these things are ridiculously a commodity for ladies in the community who have to choose between like food and sanitary napkins. If I'm a woman, I'd rather not eat. Holy cow. Another good term, the less fortunate. I think that one might be my favorite. The less fortunate, underprivileged, underserved. I think you can use all of them. How to get the money to me. First of all, let me just say, if you must use PayPal, my account has become a business account, so they immediately take fees out of it. So, like Sir Bob, his $150 was reduced to like, $145. So it's a big pain in the ass. And then if you were to send a large amount, like north of $600, they like hold it and immediately take 24% out or some shit. So that means your money is not going to go as far. Keep it to Venmo and Cash App if you can. For those of you in the live stream, this is how you do it. I'll actually post it there in the chat for you. For the rest of you who get the show via recorded audio podcast, the details are in the notes. So thank you ahead of time. Like, seriously, you got different packs of audience that consume the show. You've got the Patreon audience. You've got the Twitch, Facebook, X, YouTube group, which isn't sizable, but I'm telling you, the 3-4 dozen people that we have on the free podcast live stream every day is more than enough to bang this money out. And the quicker we get this done, the quicker we can start making other plans for the Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons. Logistic plans. We got to get the cash. We got to raise the cash. Got to buy the goods. I mean, we're just buying the stuff at Meijer is how we're doing this. We're passing the hat around. I'm just the point man, okay? It's you that drives this, so thank you very much for that. After yesterday's $400 that came in, we now need $2,443.08 of the $46.85.60. So we're nearly halfway there. Okay? Maureen says, yeah, you got to make, once this gets done, we make plans for the party afterwards. Which I think the spot has been that Dungeon Mexican restaurant. It's like underground. It's like a bomb shelter. And thank God, because the last time we were there was the summertime for the car show. And this ridiculous storm blew through. So we were in the place that everybody needed to be. The basement of a restaurant/bar. Hurricane Ashley was there. And this was right after she, at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, grabbed a dog and washed it in the sink of Irvine's. Maureen says, what about Bosco's? Well, it's kind of like way the fuck far away from Irvine's. So, I don't know. That's like too far of a drive. I mean, at least that's how I feel, unless someone else has different plans. I'll let you guys kick that one around. We can always decide day of. So thank you. Now, if you do throw cash into the pile for the Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons, I am just going to, by default, not mention you by name. That's just the way people operate. Unless if you say, no, I really want you to mention my name. I want you to tell everybody that I gave a ton of cash. Hey, that's fine. So this is cool. Back at it. Again, Kuipers says, as long as they have beer. Thank you for helping everybody out in this endeavor. We're off to a fantastic start, and I'm excited about this. Now, at the end of, by the way, I did reach out to Fox 17 because Mike Ball said we got to get on TV days before this so we can spread the word for people. Honestly, the biggest challenge we have here is not raising the money. It's getting the word out that we're there, giving away free food. We can Facebook it all we can, but it seems like on the day of, it's like a trickle. But we do give it all away. We wait out there as long as we can. Last year, we had churches coming up, and we said, hey, how about 25 hams? It was like that. So I did reach out to Fox 17, and I got my fingers crossed that a few days beforehand, they'll be talking about it in some way, and we can help promote it so that more people can know about Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons. Today is a Big Fraud Thursday. Now, what that means basically is that in the evening, it's podcast time on Patreon. 2 shows. You've got Who Are These Free Beers, followed by the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. The Who Are These Free Beers show is a review show. Review shows, it's exactly what it is. It's like the first review show was, what's the guy's name? Tosh.0. Except this is reviewing just one particular podcast. It's ripping a page out of Who Are These Podcasts, all the way down to naming the show. Who are these free beers? The good news is, I told Carl I'm stealing it. So Who Are These Free Beers will take place. We are reviewing the game show Brawl, which was honestly one of the dumbest discussions I've ever heard. Greg got so damn fussy on this. And all three of the other show members were like, no, you didn't do this. You did that. Stubborn, thin skin, awkward, completely unprofessional. That was probably the biggest thing. We always had rules on that show. It's like, don't get angry. Do not get angry. It's got to be silly. The second you get angry, it gets in that awkward realm. There's a fine line. Fun ball busting is so much more enjoyable with jokes. Everybody got it except poor Freebeer. He was extremely butthurt as they're arguing over whether, when playing a board game, he slides his token from space to space or he counts out the spaces. What? What a fucking thing to fight about. It was so dumb. So dumb. So I posted, hey, this is the clip or a preview or something like that. I said something on Facebook. And man, some of these people get so butthurt. One guy says to me, why do you do this? Why do you do this? And I said, well, because it's fun to mock them. That's why. I mean, just call it what it is. It's fun and very rewarding to mock them. It's a shitty show that needs to be mocked. That's what I haven't changed. I did this when I was with them. We'd mock Bob and Tom mercilessly. Or huge. We mocked everybody. So that's not off-brand for me to be making fun of someone. That's why you're all here in the first place, is for me to say something insulting about whatever it is that I'm talking about, myself included. Aram says, be better, Zane, because that's what somebody said. It's like, don't give me the be better or the do better. I am. I'm doing great. This is the Lord's work here. Are you kidding me? I have to. I have to do this. The one guy, Evan Wheeler, he was saying, I don't listen to both shows. I don't even listen to your shows. And I'm like, well, okay, great. So I don't know why the fuck he's beating me up about it. And he goes, they don't do that to you? It's like, well, I thought you said you didn't listen to them. Who gives a shit? I don't give a shit if they don't do that to me. I'm not doing this because they do or don't do this to me. I'm doing it because it sucks dick and it's fun to mock. And it is. It's a fucking riot. This guy, Evan, he was all over it. He spent like 2 hours talking about this. He said, I feel it's beneath you. It's like, are you fucking nuts? You realize my motto is, if someone goes low, I'm going to go lower. They go low, I go lower. And, they haven't given me the time of day in forever, but who cares? This is content. Content is king, baby. So I have always loved the idea of this show, and I'm excited about this episode. Ben and I will start sometime in the 6 o'clock hour, probably about 6:15 is when we'll get started. And then we'll get going with the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast after. Now, Who Are These Freebeers is live. You can watch it live on Patreon for free. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Patreon. A 7-day free trial. You have to check this out. Patrick says, the people that don't understand the humor must like Dishwasher Talk, Boring Steve, and the 13 Days of Halloween. Exactly. Oh, my God. What an absolute shit show. And I'm here for it all. I had to review yesterday's show yesterday because I'm like, okay, I've got about 10 clips, but I need more. So I was reviewing, and I don't have anything very particular that I think I can get into, but I had to slog my way through a lot of that show yesterday. Ugh. Chris says, I much preferred Big Fraud Wednesday as opposed to Big Fraud Thursday. Thursday's is bowling night. Change everything for me. Thank you. Well, I guess it just depends. I'm so damn busy. Yesterday was hockey night in Grand Rapids. So that took up all my time. I have a different scenario this year because of my ridiculously large prostate. I have to go to the bathroom right after every period. Right after. Before I would sit in there and I wouldn't go to the bathroom. Now the horn goes off at the end of the first period. The players are lined up walking off the bench. I'm right behind them, walking behind the last guy in line. They're like slapping 5 to the fans. I'm with them, slapping 5 to the fans. I'm like, get the fuck out of my way. I got to go pee. And that was the case again. And the thing is, I don't know where it comes from because I will stop drinking hours before the game, and somehow my body is just pulling it out of me somehow. They win 4-0. Chris says, do you have to shuffle across the ice every potty break? Only if the ice is resurfaced. I'm so quickly out there that off the ice and back on that the ice hasn't been resurfaced. So I'm not having a chance to bust my ass. All right. So tonight, Big Fraud Thursday. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Sign up for free on Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. So a lot going on here today. I'm going to bring in Joe Spaulding in just a minute. Some of you are familiar with Joe. This was brought on because of it was another huge embarrassment at the Ottawa County Commission public comment just the other day. It was Tuesday. God damn, was that awkward. Now, this is supposed to be, please, would you please resurface 5th Street? That's the type of things that are supposed to be said at public comment. But this whole nonsense has been different because of the religious zealots that are now running the county that I live in. I don't want to go and unpack all of that again. But yesterday I played audio for you of 3 individuals, citizens. Now, one of the commissioners, Lucy Ebel, they're trying to recall her. The people that put that recall together are Larry Jackson with help from the aforementioned Joe Spaulding. They got all the signatures they needed by about 100. And then the clerk of Ottawa County checks the name and address of every single person, every single signature to verify that it is legit. They threw some out. They did all the math, and the people that are doing their diligence, you say doing their diligence or doing their due diligence? I don't know. They did a good job. Thus, the recall vote will happen in May on this Lucy Ebel lady. Out of the blue, a woman steps up to the mic. You know, like when you have a kid, there's 2 grandmothers, one for the through the mom's side and one through the dad's side. 2 grandpas, 2 grandmas. Well, this grandma steps up and says, I am the other grandma to the grandchild that Lucy Ebel and I share. My name is on that petition, and I didn't sign it. And now Lucy and her and my son all hate me, and I'm not allowed to see my granddaughter anymore. And please help me. This is bad. I never signed anything. So right away, that's sad. She doesn't care about the recall effort. She just wants to see her granddaughter. Poor lady. And then some fucking fat, ugly Karen comes up and says, well, if her name, this is proof that all these names are illegal. That's where she's getting ready to go. And then this clerk chimes in and says, yeah, there's two people with the same name, you dumb fucks. This is all a waste of time. And then the husband of Lucy Ebel, the grandfather of the baby, he comes in and tries to smooth it all over. It was fucking embarrassing. It was so awkward. I tried to get Mighty Joe Young on yesterday. Failed. He said he was in a rare meeting, which is weird because, he's kind of a fucking hippie. What does a hippie do who spends all of his time at county commission meetings? Oh, I'm going to be so pissed off if this doesn't work out. I told him I was calling.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
You've got to be kidding me. You dumbass. I'm getting requests for the stupid fucking hippie song. Damn it. Well, what did they say about best laid plans? I'll come back to Joe. Hold on a second. Call me. All right. Well, anyway, I will get that to that later on. No big deal. I've got other things I can talk about. So many other things that I can talk about. Elon Musk. He's been in some hot water because I think he posted something on X that was anti-Semitic or viewed to be anti-Semitic. I don't want to ever be in whether something is or is not anti-Semitic. I don't want to be like, boy, does he hate Jews or not? Now, I would say that right now, well, really any time, but especially right now, you don't want to be making like anti-Semitic cracks or something that could be even thought of as an anti-Semitic crack. Make fun of the Irish. That's still above board. You can talk about the drunk Irish people. You don't want to throw any stereotypes or say anything sideways about other groups of people. Don't ask me why. It's just the way it is. I don't try to figure it out. I just try to So after this, all sorts of giant companies started to pull their advertising. Now, that can be messy. Now, Musk even said that if more people were to pull their advertising, it would pretty much destroy the platform. It's already on thin ice. Ever since he took it over, it's been like everything's all fucked up over there. How would you like to be the person who's in charge of the Comcast/Disney account? Because they yanked it, and that means that I don't know if advertising on X is the same as like advertising on radio. But on radio, you've got a person who's selling the advertising on the radio station. So they get like a percentage of the sale, and that's how they make their living. Some of those salespeople are like 100% commission too. So if all the money that Disney spends on X, if a percentage of that keeps a person paid, can you imagine how pissed off they are when the boss, Elon Musk, does something and then all the major advertisers pull out? Jesus. I might be able to advertise the Eric Zane Show podcast or Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons for next to nothing because of how they might be a little bit more hard up. They may actually have a rate slash. But it's true about that when it comes to radio. There was always, someone comes in and says, hey, will you do a commercial for so-and-so? Yeah. And then they get like a cut of it. And then you get like a talent fee for like endorsing their product. There was one asshole by the name of, what was he? He was, I think he was a fucking real estate guy or something like that. His last name is Yoder. It's that, I think it's, I don't know if it's real estate or mortgage or some shit. Some dude with the last name of Yoder here in West Michigan bought a bunch of advertising for his business on the show. And, we would do these stupid commercials where we say, yeah, call this guy. He's got to get you a mortgage or whatever the fuck it is. And Greg started the ad with, here to talk about our friend so-and-so. It wasn't Howie Boovie. Howie's my pal. And it was Yoder. I remember Yoder. I don't remember his first name. He was here to talk about our friend Yoder. And in the ad, I always was trying to be a smart ass because that's kind of my brand. I go, well, he's a nice guy, but I don't know if he's like our friend. I mean, you can't really throw the term friend around. Friend is something I think is overused. If it's me, I'm sure he's great with mortgages and we love him, but he's still not like friendly. We're not friendly with each other. We are not friends. Like, my friend is Jimmy, but not the guy. So I'm doing this dumb bit, and it was dumb. Wasn't that great, but it wasn't the end of the world. Well, that motherfucker got so pissed off and pulled his fucking advertising. And I'm like, well, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. And that's what Elon Musk is doing today. He was being interviewed by the New York Times. And, he literally is doing that today. This is what Elon Musk said. This is fantastic.
Apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
First of all, before I get to the big meat of what he's about to say, isn't he weird how he has to turn his head to answer this guy? He looks out to the crowd when he makes his answer instead of talking to this reporter. He's such an odd duck.
There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
But
he's so weird.
Go fuck yourself. Is that clear?
Oh.
I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
This guy's a robot. This guy is fucked up. He looks like shit, too.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about apology tour?
Oh, my God. Now, I don't know if that's going to do anything, but yeah, that's going to hurt. Tyler says he also has fuck you money and is not shy about it. Well, maybe so. But there's a lot of people that work at X who don't have fuck you money. Tyler says he has to be the strangest human being to ever exist. And I've talked about this before. Money turns you retarded. That actually happens. You actually have physical deformities. You behave weird. Your relationships are all fucked up. Everything's weird. Take a look at what's the guy from Amazon? Bezos. His face is actually falling apart. You know, his eye, like, kind of, it's got that weird eye now. That's because he's got some weird brain disease from too much money that's eating away at his eye. Elon Musk, you can see firsthand how fucked up that guy is. And I've said it before, there's only one reasonably normal person with money that exists on the planet, and that is Warren Buffett. And he's going to be dead before you know it. God damn. So strange. Well, anyway, that's what he says. Incredible. What a clip. That is absolutely great. All right. Before I continue, I want to say thank you to the folks who are watching the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. If you want the full show uninterrupted each morning, head over to Twitch, download the Twitch app, and search Eric Zane Live. And while you're at it, follow the page and subscribe if you can, or just go online if you have a desktop open or whatever, if you're at your desk at work. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Audio podcast is available right after I finish this one. And you can get it wherever you download shows. So it might be Apple Podcasts or whatever. That's the one I prefer. And then you can subscribe to me to the audio podcast. Listen wherever you like, whenever you like. Give me a review on Apple Podcasts as well. I like to read those, even the ones that suck, because they annoy the shit out of me. And it keeps me, like, grounded, you know. Anytime I start to think that I'm so great, you read some shitty reviews of somebody who says you suck tons of dick. My God, it's quite a balance, to be sure. And, of course, a Patreon available for free, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Again, today is Who Are These Free Beers? And then the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. On Ben and Eric, we're going to go ahead and review some of the intros of his radio show. Okay, he is on a radio show, and he talks on it every day for about 30 seconds. Of a 4-hour show, he talks for about 30 seconds. I think it's a 4-hour show, maybe a 3-hour show. I think it's a 3-hour show. We're going to do a review of Ben. Let the awkward flow. That is all at patreon.com/Eric Zane. You ever want to say hello? Drop me a note on email. I know that's old school, but easily done. Eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Thank you to Shoreliners Striping. So everybody, Facebook, X, YouTube, thank you so much. Facebook and Twitch brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. X brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Yesterday, I had a Christmas gift delivered for the Queen of the Forest. Now, this is rare for me to be getting this done early. Usually, it happens when I hear on the Today Show, well, if you haven't ordered your Christmas presents for your loved ones yet, you've got till about noon today, and then it's pretty much the cutoff. You can't get it anywhere. It's like, fuck, I want to avoid that stress. Which, by the way, I don't think this is going to happen, but the Queen of the Forest, she loves Kentucky basketball for some reason. I think it's because, I described this before, her dad is from Kentucky, and they used to watch Kentucky basketball games, so she loves watching Kentucky basketball and Notre Dame football. She always roots for these teams, even if she doesn't follow them during the year. If they're on, she's like, go Irish, go Wildcats. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? There was a dude who played 3 or 4 years at Kentucky by the name of Oscar Tshiebwe. And she loved Oscar Tshiebwe. And for a long time, there was a lot of talk about this guy being a terrific NBA basketball player. And then it's like, boy, I don't know. He got drafted, I think, by the Pacers, and they sent him down to the G League, the league that includes the Grand Rapids Gold. And I sit down at the scorer's table the other day, and I'm looking over the starting roster, and it's Oscar Tshiebwe. He plays for this minor league team. Now, if Pooh Bear knew that Oscar Tshiebwe was here, as you know, well, hell, we had an extensive conversation yesterday about her and the black man. So that's like her favorite player of all time, this Oscar Tshiebwe, this gigantic black dude. Now, he's not big enough to be in the NBA, I guess. They call him a tweener, in between appropriate size for a guard and a center or a big forward. I don't know. Fuck, what do I know? But she's not at the game, and I text her, I go, hey, Oscar Tshiebwe is here. And she about shit her pants. She's like, what? I go, yeah, I'm looking right at him. He's standing next to me at the scorer's table. I sent her a picture. I said, Oscar, turn towards me so that the front of your body is facing the camera. I didn't say that. I'm taking a picture of his waist and sending it to Pooh Bear. She's bummed out. She can't be there to see this guy. And I go, he'll be back. It's a long basketball season. Well, for some reason, they're not. The Indiana team is not coming back to Grand Rapids for the rest of this. This is the one time. And she says, they're not coming back. I looked at the schedule. And I go, oh. So she then says, I've got a great idea for a great Christmas gift. I'm like, oh, no. Tyler says, Diana said, quote, send another pic, but zoom in on his crotch. Her great idea for a Christmas gift is, and she sent me the link to buy him an Oscar Tshiebwe Kentucky basketball jersey for her to wear. And then when the G League team, the Indiana Mad Ants, travels to Detroit to play, for me to buy her courtside seats to the G League basketball game for Oscar Tshiebwe's team taking on the Detroit G League team. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I wouldn't want to go see the Pistons play. By the way, they lost their 15th game in a row yesterday, franchise record. They started out 2-1 this year, and now they're 2-16. They've lost 15 in a row. I'm like, oh my God, this is a long grind on this deal, on this Oscar Tshiebwe thing. I'm like, maybe if I just pretend we didn't have this conversation and just claim I forgot. No. She brings it up again. I'm like, oh, fuck, don't make me do this. And I said to her, I go, well, why don't we just wait until next year? He might not be here next year. I go, oh, no, he is. He's going to be. I was talking to all the scouts. Made up some story. He's a work in progress. It's going to take him 2 or 3 years to get up to a level for the NBA. Son of a bitch. So I think I was able to sidestep it some way, because the extent of the Christmas gifts, it's got to be like, all right, yeah, I'll get it done, and we'll open them up on Christmas morning, and then that's it. You don't want to be for me to take the amount of what it takes for us to leave the house like that. You got to understand, you got the cost of the jersey, the cost of the tickets, the cost of the travel, the cost of the lodging, the cost of the dogs. This is $1,000. $1,000 easy. Okay, for all of this. Maybe not. Maybe more like $600-700. But it's like, come on. All to see some guy who stinks. And then Kent adds, yeah, and then watch him get called up the day of the game in Detroit. Oh, that would be just remarkable. That, you know what, though? That's a good thing for me to keep in mind that I can say to her. Kenny says, just do it, man. Make her happy. Dude, no. There is no way I'm doing that. It's not happening. I'll make her happy any other way. But what we're doing there, what we're asking is too much. When people say, it's never too much. No, it's too much. Aram, again stirring the pot, says he shouldn't have rubbed it in Diana's face that he was there with her favorite player. I should have just not told her that he was there. Quote, make sure you book a room at the same hotel they're staying at. Tyler is suggesting Diana would say that. I wake up in the middle of the night. She's gone. Well, you all aren't happy or aren't helping in any way and not happy because I'm not doing this. What the fuck is wrong with me? I kind of feel like my brain is not here right now. Damn it. I was having a horrible night. I kept this same dream kept coming back, which is the worst. And like, I'm awake. I'm awake enough that I can realize it. And the second I doze back off, it comes back. It's like you got to get up out of the bed, take a leak, do a jumping jack or two, and then get back in bed. And then it's gone. Okay. But when there's just still a little bit of remnant brain activity on the dream, you wake up slightly, fall back asleep, and the dream comes back. And what kept coming back was that I went back to school. And it's funny because right as Donut Dan says, was the dream that UCLA is a good college. The dream actually was I was at college. But I was like an old school guy going back to school, kind of like Rodney Dangerfield. And but then classes started and everybody went to class except me. And I couldn't get my shit together to actually get out of the fucking dorm. I'm staying in the dorm with students. How weird is that? And then it just kept coming back. And like, oh, God, I'm fucking up college again. What an asshole. So weird. So screwed up. Yeah, Dan, I don't wear UCLA because I like the college. I couldn't care less about the college. Everybody always assumes that if I'm wearing something, I'm like a big fan of it. Like yesterday, I wore Penn State. Like, I care. No, I picked this up. It does have some significance to me because this is where I gave away my kidney. You know? Kyle says, I hate those dreams. I've had them as well where I'm in class and I don't have my work done. Yeah, everybody's looking at you like you're an asshole. And you feel like one, too. And you feel like, oh, God, I'm in deep shit. I haven't done anything. And assignments due. What am I doing? Oh, my God. That's always a recurring theme with me. Or I'm running in sand or my teeth are falling out. I swear to God, when I wake up from those, I'm like, well, there's another tooth gone. And it's like not. Well, anyway, I'm fucking exhausted today. I see a nap in my future. All right. Let's see. Looks like some protesters came to Michigan to protest Pete Buttigieg, the transportation secretary. He was in town to promote something, and a bunch of fucking hippies, stupid fucking hippies, showed up at the Kellogg Hotel and Conference Center in East Lansing as he's giving his speech at Michigan State University. This group of hippies doesn't like the fact, I guess, that the policies of the White House involve looking for or processing fossil fuel to make gas. God damn it. It's remarkable because these people that are doing this, everything they're wearing is dependent on fossil fuel. Them getting there is dependent on fossil fuel. That's how shit gets done, is through pulling fossil fuel out of the ground and then transforming it into gasoline and fuel so we can move from place to place. So this poor guy's up there doing his speech, and these psychopaths show up, and this is how that went.
By the middle of the century. The most important will be whether Americans survive and democracy survive. Is that? How do you look at your children?
Okay, there they are. Long hair. They're wearing the masks. Stop Petrol Pete. They look like shit. They smell like shit. They're wearing masks. How do they even get near the place? Because you can see them coming a mile away. Anybody who wears a mask in this day and age at something like this, you know they're up to no good. Okay? If there's anybody you see, let's face it. If you're walking through Meijer and you see somebody with a mask, you might as well just punch them in the face now. Because they're probably going to do something stupid before too long. Okay, even I, who is the biggest mask proponent, the masks are done. We don't need the masks anymore. Okay, it's all good. Now, if the thing were to come back, all right, then I'll put on the mask. But right now, I don't need the fucking mask. So if anybody comes up and is wearing a mask, you know they're an asshole anyway. Look, there's someone actually making an announcement. Please do not disrupt the event. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to go, oh, okay. And I really don't like these cops, how they're handling these cops and security and Secret Service, how they're handling these people because they're not kicking their ass enough. You know, I need to see a hand over a head with a baton and just splitting a head wide open. And then these assholes start screaming. Look at the bad haircuts on this crew. Jesus. Look at this one. Holy shit. They start screaming like they're being assaulted.
So you're not violating Ordinance 15.03 about destruction of university proceedings.
Ow. Ow. Nothing's even happening, you asshole. How can you look at your children? Oh, God. I'm really impressed with the haircuts on these idiots. Now, they called their shot because it was discovered that they were aggressively talking about doing exactly this. So they pretty much knew that they were coming, but what they said they were going to do didn't really line up with what happened as the climate protesters rushed the stage. The protesters had been asked not to disrupt the event. An official could be heard saying in another video as the group continued to chant. The protesters also appeared to have a banner that they were unable to unfurl during their aborted protest. Of course, arrested. They're going to be given very small fines. The group is known as Climate Defiance. They posted to X hours before Buttigieg's appearance in the MSU forum saying, quote, "We will shut down U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg. We will make him flee. We will make him scamper. We will make him quake. I think he does all those things in the bedroom already. We will do not what is kind, but what is necessary. That implies they're going to kill him. We will do not what is kind, but what is necessary. We will do so in Lansing. We will do so tonight. Buckle up. We confronted him last night, and we will confront him again tonight. Everything we love is on the line, they continued. We are asking you to stand with us. We are asking you to be bold. We are asking you to face your fears. Confrontation is hard, but it is also effective. Yeah, really effective. God damn, how stupid is that? For that, I'm going to fill up my truck with gas and its 9,000 cubic inch motor and just let it run in the driveway for about 5 days. Kyle says, stupid hippies, you can't intimidate us gays. Our skin is too thick. Dan says, reminds me of when many dipshits are arrested. They start screaming that they can't breathe, thus negating their argument. Star Wars Sucks 69 says, I would have started to tase them. Oh, yeah, that's the first thing you do. You don't walk up and just stand around them and jostle them a little. You got to, fucking go full on 1972 style. Jesus. Yeah. What an absolute waste of time. Can you imagine being one of those fucking hippies? And that's what you're doing for your day, is planning this bullshit while the rest of us work and do productive things? Come on now. And don't get me wrong. I 100% believe that the climate is changing. But if someone said, okay, we either the only way to get the climate to stop going up is to eliminate all use immediately of all fossil fuels. EZ, would you be in support of that? And I would say no, of course not. We need fossil fuels for all of the stuff that we have. And forget transportation. If it wasn't for fossil fuels, everything that you have on this planet would cease to exist. Everything is centered around fossil fuels. That's why wars start, because of it. And they fucking should. I'm not dumb enough to think that we can eliminate fossil fuels. I mean, literally everything you have, from the clothes on your back to your fucking phone, is dependent on fossil fuels. So shut the fuck up. One more thing I have to say about that.
Stupid fucking hippie. Take a shower, hippie. Smelly shit, hippie. Dirty fucking hippie.
Tyler writes, if our forefathers could look into the future and see how obnoxious protesters are today, I bet they would have said, never mind about that whole right to protest thing. Yeah, it would be fantastic if we could go back in time and we had a crystal ball to give them and say, all right, now before you commit to the right to protest, take a look at these assholes. And included in that is you have to say, okay, while you're here looking into the crystal ball, would you also look into the guns in America? Okay? Would you be supportive of gun rights in America? And they would say, no. We were referring to like muskets, not like homemade AK-47s. Jesus. Kyle says, this is true. All that oil we took out of Iraq paid for the war. Oh, yeah, rightfully so. By the way, have you noticed that the Ukraine-Russia war is over? Oh, my God. I have not heard a peep about that war since Hamas started slaughtering people. Is that not incredible? It's like it's not happening. It's absolutely happening. Kenny, big fan of Gunner's Stupid Fucking Hippie song, says, I still say that Gunner's Stupid Fucking Hippies should have been a great song to play as the credits rolled at the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What a movie. God damn, do I love Tarantino. I love him so much. One of my favorites. Kenny says, I was thinking about that the other day. Move over Ukraine. There's a more important war happening. Pretty much. Kyle says, inflation is also no longer an issue thanks to hummus. And I think he writes it that way because Trump calls it hummus. Isn't that right? No, it's definitely still a thing. All those things are still a thing. By the way, for the record, I do not believe that any one president has caused inflation. Jimmy says, why is nobody talking about Armenia? I don't know. It's not big enough, I guess. Armenians are used to not being talked about. Okay? You could have a nuclear war, a bomb go off in Armenia, and nobody would care. All right. Easy needs to go potty. Donut Dan says our news is based around what generates ratings, sadly. Yes, that is true, without a doubt. All right. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Cow fade. I forgot this story about, I was going somewhere with a story about Christmas shopping through the mail, and then I didn't tell the story. I got off on a tangent. I'll come back to it. Had a run-in with the mailman, a good run-in with the mailman. Kyle, from a company that used to advertise, happening now. Well, hello, Alex. Don't even tell me this is going to happen to me again. Oh, get serious. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's great. 0 for 2. Call me. You know, honestly, I worked all this shit out in advance. Hey, I'm going to call you at this time. Both guess and both completely fail. Fuck. Pick up the pieces, start again. I'm upstairs and I'm walking down the steps and I'm looking, I see someone at the door. Long beard, and I see right away, I go, okay, that's someone delivering a package. He's got a big package. I love his package. And I know that I'm expecting some things, but it could be anything. Could be anything you could be delivering because Queen of the Forest is always buying shit, throws up and shows up on the porch. But this one was for me. I mean, I ordered it for the Queen of the Forest. And the guy, I noticed, I can hear him because he talks to himself somewhat through the door, and I hear him go, "No way." Pause in that story. Hang on.
Okay.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
What the hell?
And Zane, here's what happened. I had to let the dogs in.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize what time it was, so I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. Are you kidding me? I was looking forward to this because I guess you're babysitting today?
So I'm not babysitting for very long, but Blue has some work meetings to do this morning.
Yeah.
So I had to, crucially, very crucial, watch the JMO. And once she's done with these meetings, I'm freaking out of here, baby.
Oh, she's in the home.
Yeah, she's in the home. The home is triply occupied right now.
When she leaves you, when you have to watch your son, does she say, "Now listen, don't do this, do this, don't do this, do this"? Is she like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. And then I just look at her and she looks at me and I say, "Get the fuck out of here."
Okay. This person online says you don't babysit your own kids. It's like, well, okay, you kind of do. You kind of do. It's just an easy way of saying it. Don't bust me about semantics. Whatever.
Actually, you know what really is the truth. The real truth here is I wouldn't even consider what I do anything. I would consider what I do domination of child parenting is what I do, because I don't know if you realize this, and we've probably talked about this before, but frickin' whenever Blue is here, J-Mo is just wild. You know what I mean? He's just like, I ain't listening to nobody.
Right.
I'm ready to party.
Yes.
But when it's just me and him, we're just bros, baby. I'm just like, hey, go to sleep. He's like, all right. And
Right.
he just goes to sleep.
Because moms do everything wrong when it comes to watching kids. That's why. Because moms let them get away with it. Dads don't do that shit.
Yeah, no, for sure. We just lay down the law. We just get along, baby.
Yeah, and then it's very easy for especially when dad is with his son, it's a piece of cake. I had that for years. It was so easy raising my son, and then
for sure.
He acts like an asshole when she's around, and then with me, he's perfect. It's like, it's because you suck. I'm great at this.
I know, you can't say it, but we're alluding to it. You know what I mean?
Oh fuck! All right. Well, that's good. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell by the way you're kind of talking in subdued tones that you're in a different location. It's like different.
Yeah, I'm 100% truthfully, what I right now, I have only boxers on, and I'm laying in my bed right next to JMO as he's watching the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we're the chill factor is much higher than usual.
Right. Now, his age is 2.5, 3?
Yeah, he is. Okay, hold on. Let me do some math here. He is 2 years and 9 months old.
Okay. So he's not really aware of Santa Claus yet, right?
He is. I'm telling you, this kid he's smart, dude. Literally, so get this. This will crack up all the moms out there, and maybe some dads too. So he's chilling, right? J-Mo's chilling with his cousin or whatever. And Blue comes in and she goes, she's like, J-Mo, Gru. She's like, who's coming to town? And J-Mo turns and looks and he goes, Santa Claus. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so he somehow knows. Maybe he doesn't know who Santa Claus is, but he does know that he's coming to town. Okay.
Jesus, my God! So now he hasn't gone and visited Santa and been on his lap yet, has he?
No, not yet.
Okay, is that happening this year?
Oh yeah, for sure. We are actually. Zane, I'm not looking at the calendar because I never do, but I think we might be going on Sunday to Cabela's or something to sit him on the old fat guy's lap.
They got a Santa at Cabela's?
Yeah, I don't, and I'm not really getting it either because, people Cabela sells guns, which you usually kill deer with.
Yeah, well,
seems very reindeerish. I don't really get it.
So yeah, they could have a reindeer shoot 'em up contest there or something like that.
Reindeer shoot 'em up. I like it.
Amanda in the chat says they're having a Santa at the Family Dollar in Howard City. So it's like a poverty Santa.
Oh, heck yeah. That guy's going to be doing meth in the parking lot 10 minutes prior. It's going to be awesome.
That is, yeah, we got to have Santa at everything, I know.
Here's a hilarious story from my past, Zane. I wanted to believe in Christmas for a long time, but when I was like probably 8, maybe 7 or 8, like the facts started getting a little murky for me, and I was like trying to figure them out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm thinking that this doesn't really make any sense to me. And so my dad like got out of work or whatever and was going to take us to see like the Santa Claus at the mall or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I don't really want to go. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I just don't get it, Dad. Like, I just don't get that, like, we're going to go see this Santa Claus, but, like, there's going to be other Santa Clauses doing it in other places.
Yeah, you got to.
And he was like,
yeah.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, he's like, but they're just representatives. Like, it's not like the real Santa, but, like, they work there. And I'm like, I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah,
Dad.
that's exactly right. That's fantastic that you were aware before he wanted to let you be aware. And you finally said, yeah, Dad, this is fucking bullshit. This is all stupid, and fuck you for trying to make me believe it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, put Jameson on right now so I can tell him it's all bullshit.
Yeah, actually, we got to try this out. Well, hold on. He just stuffed his face full of a pancake, so we got to give it like 30 seconds. I'm going to try to get this fucker on national television, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. So you put it on, you got it on speaker or whatever, make him say, talk to us, you know? This will be the first time this has ever happened.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be sick. Okay. Well, Well, actually, hold on. We got to wait a couple seconds. He's really into these pancakes.
No, hey, you let him eat. You let him eat. You know, I mean, have you ever like I have a family member who's Jehovah's Witness, and those assholes, they don't. Well, actually, I think they kind of got it right because they don't celebrate anything. You know, there is no Santa. But they don't. I think they go too far because there's no birthdays, no Christmas gifts, none of that shit.
Dang, there's no birthdays, huh? Actually, you know what? In a weird kind of, only since like Facebook has like taken over the world, like I'm kind of against birthdays now too, because I'm just tired of people just being like, it's my birthday, and then like 90 people gotta like wish you happy birthday, and then you gotta respond to each of them. No, I'm not into it, dude.
Right. I just realized I forgot my stepsister's birthday the other day. God damn it, I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is she the Jehovah's Witness?
She's married to the Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, so you have to remember, like in lieu of the rest of the family?
Yeah, I fuck it up. I mean, I fuck it up every year, and I just realized I was like, oh no, I forgot it again. Shit. Okay, so Santa this weekend, trying to get him on the radio now or on the podcast now. What are we going to talk to him about?
I don't know, but like my big hope here is that I'm gonna like just put the phone by his face. I'm gonna say, Jameson, say Zane, like what I usually. I'm gonna see if he'll do it. And I feel like he will. He's
okay.
This kid, like he has like a pretty like a 99.6% like repeat rate. Like he'll just like repeat whatever I say. So we should be good.
Good. All right, do it.
All right, we're gonna try. Hold on. All right, J-Mo, say. Eric Zane.
Okay.
Did he say is gay?
Let's say it louder. Say Eric Zane.
Zane.
He's embarrassed. He knows what's going on.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. He's so cool. That is fantastic. Are you as concerned again as I am about these stupid Lions?
Dude, that was Eric Zane. We got some weird stuff happened that game. I don't really know how to feel about it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel, here's why, because I feel like bad about it because like not only did we like set like the opposite of the curse last year when we made Jared Goff good for like a whole year, but then I made the mistake of bringing it. Well, you made the mistake of bringing it back up and he got a little retarded.
Right. Yeah.
And then I made the mistake of talking about how you brought it back up, and I think I might have unlocked the full retard.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I think it might be my fault. Dude.
No, he is. He's back. He is fully retarded right now. And they suck dick again. And they're lucky that they won those 2 of the last 3 games.
Yeah, and it's like was just like too many. I mean, what does Jared Goff have, like 6 turnovers in 2 games? Like,
right.
I don't know what's going on.
He coughs it up. He throws it to the other team. He sucks. There's all sorts of other issues with that team. They should be 6-5 right now instead of 8-3.
I know.
And they're going to get their asses kicked in New Orleans this weekend.
Yeah, no, Zane, don't even say it, dude.
It's going down. Again, hope for the best, expect the worst. Don't even watch that shit. Do something that's productive, and then maybe turn on the last minute and a half if they're doing okay. But do not commit to watching that bullshit. They suck.
We're gonna mess them right up, Zane. It's the Saints, right? Like we got kind of like dominated by them for like most of the time Drew Brees was there, but I think it's time, dude. I think we could just expose Derek Carr. I think he's playing.
What's up with Jameson? Is he losing his shit?
Oh, he's yeah. Hold on, let's put it on speaker. What'd you say, J-Mo? What'd you say?
The ball.
You want the ball?
Yeah.
Okay, here. All right, it's a ball situation. We're cool.
Now, as much as you swear, has he dropped an F-bomb yet? Ever?
Oh, Eric Zane, you don't even know, dude. Like I get in trouble at least all the time because like I just don't think about it. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, I'm just throwing an F-bomb out there.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing
keep it up. Yeah, that's good. It's not a good.
That's how I feel about it.
He needs to do that in school, so you've got another 2 years to get him ready for it.
Yeah, I know. I was literally just telling people.
Listen to me.
What?
He told you to go after your.
To me.
Yeah, I'm listening to you, dude.
Yep. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Oh, he's really chatting it up now. Tell him to shut the fuck up. Wait, what happened? I can't hear Dick. What did you do? Did you pause it?
Oh no! I actually hit the mute button. He was talking to you this whole time. Come here, Jingo. Say hi, Eric Zane. No, he ain't gonna do it.
Tell him to fuck off.
The thing is, you like whispered it. He like turned his head around real quick.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. What else you want to talk about? Is there anything on your brain that's burning that you wanted to address?
Let's see here, Zane. I don't even remember I had a good story I thought from recently. I don't remember exactly what happened. But Aaron, here's what's happened today. The reason I took the day off is I'm headed to Chicago's because in Chicago's, me and my buddy, my best friend Cliff, who I do the podcast with,
right?
We're going to see a band. We're going to a concert in Chicago's, baby, and we are doing it in true mid-30s format, dude. We bought like all like the shit that is like you get to like sit in seats. There's no seats, right? But we get seats somehow. We get like all this VIP stuff. It's gonna be pretty sick.
So wait a minute now. Is it like at a club or a big venue?
We're talking about the cocksucking House of Blues, Eric Zane.
Oh well, what's the act you're going to see?
It's a band. So it's a band called The Maine. Have you heard of this?
I have not.
So what it is like when we were growing up, I was always into like 80s rock, right? Like classic rock, and Cliff always like hated it because I liked it. But then, so like The Maine is like part of like the next. So you have like your 90s rock, of course, but so they're like 2000s rock, I guess you'd say, but like alternative-ish. But it's like rock, I guess you'd say.
Okay.
But they got a couple good songs, I know.
All right, so it's a guys' night out. So you guys going to do your like drinking in your hotel room and all that stupid shit?
So I signed up. So it's crazy. So is it yummy, J-Mo? So I signed up. So we're going to stay at this hotel like right by it, actually. It's called like Virgin Hotels, like owned by that rich Australian dude or whatever.
Okay.
So the hotel, it's like newer. It wasn't there last time I was in town, I think. But anyways, like I signed up for like their program, like the rewards program, and like they're crazy. They're just like, yeah, like check in early, like we don't give a fuck, dude. Like, and they're like, we'll give you a snack, we'll give you all this stuff, and then like come onto our rooftop bar from between 5 and 6 p.m. and you can just drink booze for free. So we're like, all right, let's do that, dude.
Okay, all right. So let's see that, and then come back the next day.
Yep. Coming back tomorrow, and then I guess back to it.
Do you have to? Do you have to ask? So what's the process when it comes to making all that happen? Do you have to? You actually have to ask, correct?
Oh, Eric frickin' Zane, dude. The story of how this all came together and came to be is actually a master class in husband-wife relations. I guess you'd say.
Good.
So what happened was, I wanted to go to this concert because we had. I'm gonna cut out the long story part, but like,
oh, thank God.
I wanted to go to the concert, but didn't really know how it was gonna happen. So I like casually brought it up I think 14 times, and then then Blue was like, you know what, why not, what if you just took Cliff to this concert because we were supposed to do something else that didn't happen. And it's like, do you want to, you could just take him. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. I hadn't really thought about that before. You know what I mean?
Yes. you let it be her idea, and then you're like, oh my God, that's exactly what you wanted. And then you're like, oh my God, you're so brilliant. You can even have sex with her.
And then she was like, yeah, you guys would probably just stay the night there. I'm like, oh yeah, that seems great. And then, it really, over the course of time, it just came to be, and I didn't really have to do anything physically myself, but mentally I created it and I manifested it. There we go. I manifested it.
You're gonna have to pay her back. There's something coming down the pipe.
Oh yeah, no. There's a girls' weekend or something planned in January. So yeah, I'm paying the taxes just after the new year.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's the wife tax.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that. Okay, I do that too. Diana will rattle off a few where she does things with the chicks, and I just stay home and let the dogs out and keep an eye on our brother-in-law. And then, on my brother-in-law, and then I want to do something. I'm like, all right, okay, sounds good. Here you go. This is what I'm doing. It's all about balance,
Yeah, it's that balance. But yeah, it's gonna be a hardcore dude's experience. I mean, just cussing, just whatever.
All right. Well, that's all I got for you. Unless you have something else you want to wrap up with, other than that, have a safe trip.
I shall. Well, all right. Hey, J-Mo. Will you say goodbye, Eric Zane?
Bye, Zane.
Oh, he's great. I love him.
You guys are best friends now.
I love it. I can't wait to see him again.
Hold on, I gotta say that. Jimo, say deuces.
Deuces.
Oh. Okay, see you, dude.
There we go.
Bye. That was fun. Kyle from Dumpster Divers and his son Jameson. Holy shit. I remember when Kyle first started to chat with us. This is years ago. Now, this is because everybody loves Kyle. But whenever you start something new, they either don't know it or they don't like it. Now, the stupid people talk immediately that they hate this, they don't like it, and they're going to shut the podcast off, and they freak out. You know who you are. You know who you are. You're here right now. I'm looking at your names. Okay? But what you're not considering is that I know better than you. I know what is going to be a good segment, and I know for a fact that we were going to hit it off, and that was going to be a lot of fun. Now, here we are 2 years later, and everybody loves Kyle. I told you you would love Kyle. And nothing pisses me off worse than people jumping the gun, saying, this sucks. I hate you, and I hate this. Would you relax? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Blue State Rob says, I think Kyle is the reason Jim Brady left. I had to think about that name. But I could be mistaking him for someone else. Yeah, I don't recall. Jim Brady, I remember the name, though, and I remember he gave me a long kiss goodbye. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Are you serious? The crux of what I do has remained intact from day one. I mean, I might speak differently. I might have less confidence at times. I might have more confidence at times. But fucking hey. Aram says, speaking of good segments, what happened to Around the Radio Dial? That's a great segment and a great idea. Blue State Rob says, it was Bleeding Heart Brian. Well, I don't remember that. Who is back now, by the way. He's back to being an absolute a bullish supporter of the show. You see? That worked out. But if there were ever to come a day when the Zaniacs were to approach me the same way Bleeding Heart Brian did, I would not be interested in that. They've already tried. Patriot Nick, in that weirdo email to me, when he says, hey, Eric, this is Nick, and I want you to know that I forgive you. And I'm like, wait, what? You forgive me? Typically, moments like this start with, hey, I'm really sorry about all the shit I put you through. You fucking dummy. Anyway, forget all that. I want to get into this this story that I started to tell you before I got Kyle on. Mailman delivering a package. And he starts, I can see his mouth moving. He's saying something on the porch. And I'm not sure what he's doing. But I come walking up to the door, and he sees me and looking out the door, and his face lights up. At this point, I've put two and two together, and I know what's happening, which I'll get to in a second. But I open up the door, and I go, how you doing? He goes, no way. And I put my hand out, or he gives me the package. I put my hand out. I shake his hand, and he goes, I thought it was you. I'm like, oh, my God. What I figured was happened. He read who that package was to, and it said my name on it. And I used Zane when I order the packages. Why that is, I don't know. But it shows up like on the, what do you call it? The address label, Eric Zane. And he goes, I was looking for the doorbell cam because I was going to say hi to you in the doorbell cam. And what he was saying was, oh my God, he was like talking to himself because he's a fan. Now he doesn't listen to the podcast. This is a guy who hasn't heard from me in 8 years. Okay. Didn't know that I did a radio show on BBL. Didn't know what happened to me. And here he is at my front door. So he was like, really happy to see me. And then he goes, oh, man, I never listened to that show after you got fired. I go, whatever. Yeah, I go, you wouldn't like it now. It sounds like shit. And I told him I did a podcast, but it didn't seem to resonate with him. That's about as far as I'll go. Whenever because I've had this moment where I've said, hey, I do a podcast now. Now, if I then say, you should listen to it, that's dangerous because I've had it happen where I've done that and they go, yeah, okay. They have no interest in listening to the podcast. I'm like, oh, fucking shit. So I usually just let people figure it out on their own. I try not to do the tough sell. Occasionally I will if I know they'll listen. Like there have been people at Bosco's who, same scenario. Oh, my God. Hey, oh, shit. What you been up to? I podcast. You do? What is it? So they actually have an interest. And then I'll look it up on my phone and say, this is the podcast. Give me your phone. Open up Apple Podcasts. Subscribe them to it. Off we go. Blue State Rob says, Lonely Nick was probably drunk or at least had his piece on his lap. Thinking about committing a Lewiston. Come on. It's funny. That's a funny joke. No, it's not, Eric said. Yes, it is. Come on. Kenny says, LOL. Wow. 8 years in the dark and suddenly standing on your doorstep. But he was cool. Nice guy. Then I have to get the package, and I have to, cut it open, look at it. I can see it's what I had ordered. I tape it back up, and then I write on it, easy only, do not touch, gift for Pooh Bear, do not open. Because we keep all the packages in one room, and then we wrap them when we can. If I don't do that, she's going to open it up, and it'll ruin the surprise. Aram adds, this is the only podcast with current episodes that I have these days to listen to. Wow, thank you. Dan suggests I got a fleshlight. No. How would you like to be the guy who invented that? He's a billionaire. Sex toys have really improved over the years. That is not a green light for Amanda to check in about sex toys. That's the only comment. That's all I have to say about that. All right. You know what I haven't done today is talked in any way, shape, or form about these amazing sponsors, which I do have to do. But before I do that, I'm going to share with the live stream audience how to contribute to Great Food Giveaway 4 with tampons. This is how you do it. Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. I prefer Venmo or Cash App because they don't take any money out of it. PayPal does. We added $400 to the pile of money yesterday. That puts us at $2,242.52, which means we have $2,443.08 left to go to hit the food goal. Once we hit the food goal, we then are full tampon. It was Megan's brilliant idea to get these underserved, less fortunate people as many tampons as possible. Because sometimes people have to choose between food and feminine hygiene. And as I said it before, I'll go feminine hygiene on that all damn day. I'd rather not eat. I mean, I don't have a period, but if I did, and it was my choice between having that happen or eating, I'm not going to eat. The Grand Rapids Pitbull Alliance will be with us for the Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons, passing out pet food for dogs, cats, bunnies, gerbils, guinea pigs, you name it. The event happens 3 p.m. on Thursday, December 21 at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. We will have to be able to get a ton of volunteers. I'm looking forward to that. Becca Shea says, don't forget to try calling Joe Spaulding again. I am going to try. I swear I arranged these in advance. Hey, yo, it's EZ. Hey,
Eric Zane, how's it going?
Hang on a second. Let me get your mic all set up. How are you?
Tired, but great.
You got a minute?
Yeah, I do.
That's awesome. We broke down that crazy scenario at the meeting the other day.
Oh, my God.
And in fact, I played the clips directly off of your post. Just to recap, it was the grandma opposite Lucy Ebel complaining that her name was on the petition. And, and
like
that,
as a signer.
Right. And she said, that wasn't me. And she didn't care about her name being on the petition because she doesn't care about any of that shit. She was just upset because her son, Lucy Ebel's son-in-law, was pissed off at her, which, by the way, why the hell didn't he run out the ground ball and find out that there was 2 women with the same name?
Yeah, I mean, Lucy has access to the clerk's office, can walk on down there and do that and take care of that and figure that out. But they chose to jump the gun and start making accusations at family. And I'm sure it was high stress, but wow.
Yeah, I mean, of all people, the son to throw his mom under the bus without doing any due diligence on this?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a pretty serious drama, and it's honestly the weirdest thing that I've ever seen in a public meeting at that level.
So, and then she, obviously, I give her the least blame. She seemed like she might have been hammered or compromised in some way. I don't know, but she takes the time to explain it in a public forum like that because she apparently had nowhere left to turn, I guess.
I mean, what I heard, like, and you might have been right, but like what I heard in her voice was absolute desperation, had no clue what to do.
Right. So, all right, she gets a pass, but then that round Karen, she struts up there, assuming the worst, that this is a sign that all of the petition signatures are fake.
Yeah, and so like at that point, I've managed the entire petition program. I've lived in this area my entire life. And so, like, one of the key baselines that I have that's convenient on this petition program that I don't have on any other petition that I've ever run is that I get to see my friends' parents' names come through as my circulators reach them organically and they sign. I'm like, oh, that's Ben's parents. Oh, that's David's parents or whatever. And like, so I know exactly, not just in having faith in the work that I do and the work of my volunteers that are my friends. It's that I know for a fact that these are demonstrably all real signatures. But at the same time, if one person tried to sabotage something and they came in and they threw bad signatures in there and they threw that one in there and we weren't able to catch it somehow, like I would have been devastated. And so like at that split second for a moment, like I have half a bead of sweat on my brow, like, oh my God, like is there anything that we somehow missed? And then that lady with that super Karen comes up. I'm like, oh, she's gonna huff and puff. Let's see how this goes.
Right.
So I didn't get to, but you saw it.
Yeah, it was incredible because she got 2 words in, and I think that was the clerk. Was that Roebuck who chimed in?
It was so prescient. It was just like instantly.
Well, he said it. He goes, I can clear this up immediately. There are 2 people with the exact same name. Now, what that does is it takes the wind out of Karen's sails, and it rights the wrong for Grandma. Okay, she's validated. She's vindicated. The drama ends at this point. But Karen says, well, thanks for interrupting me. And it's like, well, that's pertinent, you fat fuck. What do you think? Oh, my God. It was so priceless. So everything she said at that point was completely irrelevant because she wanted to say that there was something that was not kosher, but in fact, it was kosher.
Right.
So,
and I don't know. I don't know this woman from Adam, but I mean, I've seen her a couple times before speak, and I'm pretty sure she's one of the folks that said, went up to the public and said, I wasn't planning on speaking, pulls a folded note out of her back pocket that she wrote.
Right. Now, so that kind of fizzles, but then Lucy Ebel's husband, I think he's trying to, at that point, to backpedal because he comes up there and he's not even talking to Joe Moss. He's at the lectern, turning around, talking to Grandma, who was so upset and trying to fix, I guess. Did you get the impression he was trying to fix what was screwed up?
Yeah, like I got the idea that he didn't want to get stabbed at night when he's sleeping, so he stepped on the grenade. He went on the grenade instead. So.
Oh, my God. Now, you were there. You witnessed it all. Did anything unfold at that point through the that we couldn't see or hear during that moment?
Not that I'm aware of, but it was a very shocking situation. It's not like, I mean, obviously it's all on video. So we should be going over it and taking a look at things that happen because it's tied to the, elected official getting recalled, in my opinion. But I wasn't super happy or curious to be like thrown into like the most awkward like family thing in the universe. I mean, it's shocking and amazing to watch and probably good TV, but wow, it was awkward in there.
Yep. Well, so they put that to bed, hopefully. I mean, I don't want grandma upset. At the end of the day, I felt bad for grandma. And so this was all nonsense. And I blame mostly her son for throwing grandma under the bus, before trying to figure this out, and Lucy to some degree, because she should know better.
Yeah, and honestly, at the end of the day, it's a county commission seat. If the other grandma actually did sign that petition, that shouldn't split up a family either. That's dumb.
At the end of the day, Lucy sucks. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
I mean, obviously, it's not just up on the dais. So
right. Oh, yes, absolutely. Okay, so now there's really nothing more that went down. We just your signatures are good to go. You got a plan. Is there any like marketing you have to do for this recall election? I mean, what's the next thing you guys have to do, because this has been a long process with a lot of boots on the ground.
Yeah. So absolutely. And I mean, it is and continues to be a lift that's made lighter by many hands. The process itself, I mean, like the important things of the process are, we have had the signatures challenged and reviewed. And so the special election has been called for May 7th. There's a little bit of discussion about what happens if she resigns, of whether or not there's a special between now and then, if there's a special election still. I think that there probably isn't, but and that the board will be able to replace her if she steps down, but I'm not positive about that. More importantly, Democrats, that other party that people have heard existed in Ottawa County on some level.
Yeah,
they have to nominate another candidate to run against Lucy. Lucy locked herself in on the ballot by not pulling herself off the ballot within 10 days of us submitting the signatures.
Okay.
So she's their candidate, and the Democrats have to submit theirs within, it's 7 or 8 days now. But I promise they actually have their ducks in a row when it comes to finding a candidate, and they're going to announce within that window.
So does this mean that with the recall election, there can only be either Lucy winning or a Democrat? There can't be another Republican?
So another Republican, someone can run as an independent on the ballot. And I'm not exactly sure what the threshold is for that. It might be a handful of signatures. It might be $100. But and there's a possibility that one of the old school Republicans ends up running. Just the math in the district, because it's not, this isn't out in the middle of the boonies. This is a fairly 50-50 Democratic Republican district. The last election was a 6% difference. And if you look at like the Holland election, that guy, Larry Shattuck, that lost to the mayor, he got creamed by 16 points across the board.
Okay.
Worse than Nancy DeBoer did against the mayor. Now, that's all like insider baseball and shit. But, like really, if another Republican runs, it just takes votes from Lucy. Is essentially what happens.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I can't wait. It's been quite an effort by you all and all those wonderful volunteers. I mean, you probably can't say enough about them. These people, they want their county back.
Yeah, can I give a quick shout out to Dan Zimmer? Like in the challenges that Lucy submitted, she challenged every single signature. The very first circulator she went at was our guy Dan. Dan graduated from West Ottawa a long time. I don't know. He's an older feller, but he was out there every day, like with signs collecting signatures for 12 hours a day. Like just does not like these guys and was so determined to get Lucy unelected. And he got the honor of being the first person they named to complain about collecting signatures.
Awesome. That is great. I'm happy to hear that, and good for him. And I everybody will appreciate his efforts as everybody does about all of the efforts. Awesome, buddy. Well, hey, man, thank you so much as always, and we'll keep an eye on it. And thank you for joining us. Okay, Joe.
Thanks, Easy. It's always good to talk.
All right, buddy. Thanks. There you go. That is Joe Spaulding one of my favorite contributors on this show, to talk about that nonsense. That, you know, it's tricky business on a podcast to talk about something so central, so hyper-focused on local. But I think we've done a good job at trying to make you all aware of it so that it's at least something to talk about, something that you're interested in. Because, fuck, these stories about this stupid county are making the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. And, oh, fuck, what a shit show. Megan says, dang, I was too late. Well, you can always go back, and I will publish that audio interview on the audio platform. Florida Man says, especially if he won and had to listen to Kristen Megyn Kelly speak at these shit shows, is what he wanted to say. You know, you got to be careful. If you're going to, I mean, I don't know if it's such a good idea to say something disparaging about a local scientist and a veteran.
Hi, my name is Kristen Megyn Kelly. I'm the veteran, and I'm the veteran. I believe I've called and left a message earlier today. I'm the veteran. I'm just trying to get some feedback from whoever would be in charge. I'm the veteran in making the decision to sponsor the Eric Zane podcast. I'm the veteran. I am the mother. I'm the veteran of a child that he spoke about on his podcast. I'm the veteran in a sexual manner. I'm the veteran, including sex acts that he wants my veteran to perform. I actually have the sheriff involved. Several sponsors have already backed out. And I'm the veteran. I believe in nonviolent free market solutions. I'm the veteran, so I greatly support free speech. I'm the veteran, but this is not protected speech. I'm the veteran when discussing sexual acts of a veteran. I'm the veteran. It was an attack on me and my family, and I'm the veteran. It's one thing to have an opinion of adults, but again, it's not protected speech to speak sexually about a 7-year-old girl. I'm the veteran. If you would like to see the evidence, and I have seen on social media someone is messaging people to not talk about it. I'm the veteran, but they want your business to know that your name is slapped behind the screen when he's saying these things. I'm the veteran. You can call me if you'd like. My number is area code 405-694-8344. I'm the veteran, but I would really like to know if your business supports this type of rhetoric. It's area code 405-694-8344. I'm the veteran, and I'm the veteran. I would just like to hear back from you. Thank you very much for your understanding and your time. I'm the veteran. Thanks.
She has it down. I mean, she covered a lot of ground. She did not take a breath during all of that. By the way, for those keeping score at home, here's the evidence she's talking about.
Thank you for all.
I hope grandma one day walks in on this kid eating a vagina.
Of your assistance and hope.
I hope grandma one day walks in on this kid eating a vagina. Eating a vagina. Eating a vagina. Eating a vagina. There's the proof. All right. Big things going on in Ottawa County. Again, these are supposed to be boring meetings where they're discussing like repaving the middle school parking lot or whatever the fuck. Grading the dirt road. Putting a new coat of paint on the local, whatever, city hall, or who gives a shit? Stuff that no one cares about. Instead, they get, all right, this meeting comes to order. And then like 11 hours later, they're still there. There's drool coming out of their mouths. People are fucking sleeping. What an absolute shit show. So fantastic. I'm going to be sad to see this end, frankly. Never before have I done this show where I didn't really talk about one sponsor, and then because of keep putting it off, I have to do them all at the end of the show. Until today. Today's the day that happens for the first time. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 great sponsors that made today's show possible. If it weren't for them, I would be out doing some other job for the past nearly 5 years. We are coming up on 5 years, though, of podcasting. It is January 6th. Will be 5 years of podcasting. Started on January 6th, 2019. And then January 6th, 2020 happened with the asshole convention. And then 4 years later, here I am. 5 total years of doing this somehow. And I owe it all to great sponsors and to you. I owe it to the audience and to the sponsors. You can't, if I have the audience but don't have the sponsors, the show dies. If I have the sponsors but don't have the audience, show dies. You got to have both. You don't have both, you're fucked. So I'm very fortunate. People always say to me, oh, yeah, there you are. You're doing your fucking show from, like, your attic. Well, yeah, I roll out of bed, put on the same clothes I had the day before. I get my bowl of cocoa wheats. I get my coffee. I turn on the heat. I turn on the mic, and that's it. And when I'm done, I go back to bed. What's the problem? To me, that's living the dream, asshole. Thank you to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. When it comes to getting a mortgage, I would like you to consider reaching out to Mario and just pick his brain about his process, how he does it. And that's from anywhere in the U.S. Mario's offices are clean across the country. You can call him at 231-332-6505. Mention EZ. Whether it is your first mortgage, which, you know, you're like, here, I deal with this with Jackie and Justin all the time. They're like talking about a home. And, you know, Justin's an accountant. He's kind of by the book. He's like, well, I want to get a lot of money ready for a down payment. And he says to me, how much did you put down? I go, none. What? I go, yeah, I didn't put any down. Are you kidding me? I didn't have any to put down. Well, how do you pay off the principal? I go, well, you don't have to pay the minimum. I mean, let's just say you get into the mortgage with 0 down. Big deal. You don't have to, let's say it's $1,500 for your mortgage. You don't have to pay the 15. You can pay 19. Extra principal. You can pay it off quicker if you want. Don't be under the impression that you have to have a down payment. You don't. Get in the freaking house. Quit paying a landlord. What are you doing? Call Mario, 231-332-6505, unless if you like to burn money every month. Or maybe you've had many mortgages in the past. It's not your first mortgage. When it comes to getting a new one, maybe rental property, you're going to buy a new home, move, whatever. 231-332-6505. Or perhaps you want to get some money out of your home. You've lived in it for a long time. And you got, I don't know, you want to take a vacation. You want to put a new roof on the house, whatever it may be. Buy your wife a Oscar Tshiebwe basketball jersey and take her to a minor league basketball game. 231-332-6505. Joe Martinez is a legend. A&E Heating and Cooling. When you need anything, when it comes to that. Now, I think we're pretty much at the end of the line on the free furnace tune-up because that expires December 1, unless if you can make it happen between now and then. And here we have Thursday. And then, like, tomorrow's it, so you're kind of screwed. Doesn't matter, though. You can still get your furnace tuned for $79, and you really should. It's operating at less than peak efficiency if you don't get this done regularly. And get it cleaned, and you're going to add life to it, or at least slow down the eventual ending of your furnace's life. It is a finite piece of equipment. 616-532-6600. And if you do need to install a new furnace or AC, wait, I said the wrong number. I apologize. I meant to say 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. The other number I gave you was for Irvine's. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and AV. This is what happens when you do all these sponsors at the end. This is why I like to break them up. They run together for me. They will be hosting, of course, the Great Food Giveaway number 4 with Tampons on December 21. Please support them and their efforts to keep your car on the road. ervines.com, 616-532-6600. Okay. So thank you very much to them. Not to mention Frank Fuss, who is helping me out today. I have an insurance question, a dental insurance question. I made a call to Frank. Frank's my guy, my independent licensed insurance agent / broker. Okay, I need to do some work. I need to make some changes to my policy. Frank does it. Best part about Frank is you make that appointment. He's your guy. You either get face-to-face with him, meet him at his place. He comes to your house. You do a phone call, and he takes care of it for you. And you don't pay him a dime. His service to the customer is guaranteed by the fact that the insurance companies pay Frank. That's how this works. It's one of the best things on the planet. If you are not working with Frank Fuss as your licensed independent insurance agent / broker, what are you doing? Okay? He does everything for you. And it's at zero cost, whether it's signing up for Obamacare, whether it's Medicare for you or someone you know or love who's getting ready to retire. Book an appointment at buyinsurancehere.com, BUYinsurancehere.com for Frank Fuss and mention EZ. Last but not least, the Grand Rapids Gold have basketball this weekend, Saturday and Sunday at Van Andel Arena. You got to get to a Gold game at the Van. Tickets priced affordably for you and your family at grandrapidsgold.com. And there's basketball Saturday and Sunday, and I want to see you there. Go to grandrapidsgold.com, and thank you to the Gold for sponsoring the Eric Zane Show podcast. Nick suggests that the Great Food Giveaway could be called the Bloody Great Food Giveaway. Concerning me doing the show from home, Blue State Rob says, don't forget you got a hot tub. You're damn right I got a hot tub. Kyle says, has Ottawa County confirmed an official religion? Is Bender Bones that guy? Can we all hail Satan and thank Satan for all he's done? I haven't heard from Bender since the Pride Parade. All right. Well, Becca Shea asks, will you be at both Gold games? I am at every Gold game and every Griffins game. The Gold games are fun because you can actually say hi to me. Because it's, I'm right at the scorer's table. Just, hey, Zane, hey, how you doing? Oh, my God, I love you. So, yeah, please attend. I'd love to see you. Get a picture, the whole deal. Sometimes even Nick from the arena is there. Now, he's an electrician at the Van Andel Arena, but I don't, he's got like cushy hours. I don't know if he's there that late in the day. And we'll end it with Jimmy's question. Are you giving away blood cups? Now, that's just fucked up. Okay. Jesus. Tonight, it is a Big Fraud Thursday. I'll be talking with you with Ben Glaze on Who Are These Free Beers and then the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Megan actually says she is going to try to have some here if people want them. They, I don't know anything about those. They can't possibly be called blood cups, though, right? Nick says he'll be at the arena if you want an autograph this weekend. All right. Blood cups or not, have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. Talk to you on the Patreon on a Big Fraud Thursday. Bye-bye. Oh, wait a minute. I just forgot. The asshole of the day. Who's it going to be? Yesterday it was Brian, son of Grandma. see. I'm stumped. I don't know who it could be. We talked about Elon Musk. We talked about who are these free beers? I didn't even get to the story about the guy. I don't want to. Yeah, I didn't even get to the story about the guy who had sex with a dead person. Or Ryan Shazier. Or the fucking hockey player thing. Connor Bedard and what's the other fucker's name? I got a lot to talk about on the Patreon bonus podcast. So when in doubt, just make it free beer. Brought to you by TC Paintball. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And off we go. Now that is going to do it for the Eric Zane Show podcast. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, a nominee for hippies. Hippies in there too.